So I am joined here today with some of my colleagues and friends. So we have Amy Rowcliffe, who is our high school and community outreach coordinator. She's actually going to be the one going over a bunch of fun facts and to let you know more about Central Penn. I also have Michaela Mertz with us. She is also a high school and community outreach coordinator. You may see her smiling face if any of you are down in the Philadelphia area. So that's her primary territory. And then there is Kelly Fox, last but not least, financial aid planning coordinator. So she's going to go over how to fill out the FAFSA, scholarships, housing. So we're really excited you were able to join us. I'm Lisa Seifert. I'm the director of recruitment here at Central Penn. So any questions that you have during this, please feel free to put it in our chat below, and then we will answer all your questions at the end. So hopefully everybody will benefit from the answers to those questions. So Amy, if you want to start and take it away, and we'll get started today.
Great, Lisa. As Lisa said, I'm Amy Rowcliffe, and I'm a high school and community outreach coordinator. So I may have met some of you in your schools. I've been out in the schools all fall, and I'm hoping that we've got some familiar faces on here with us. So we are going to start our presentation and give you some information about Central Penn. So starting with this presentation, we are located about 10 minutes from downtown Harrisburg. We are in a suburban setting, and we have everything that this great suburban setting has to offer, as well as being 10 minutes from our state capital. So we've got all those government agencies to work with. We have great healthcare facilities for those of you who might be interested in medical programs. We have businesses that are located right here in the Harrisburg area. So places like Duck Donuts has their headquarters here in Mechanicsburg, so very nearby. We've had them come to speak to our students and staff, and they brought donuts with them, but they were able to share all kinds of information about what makes this area special and how to grow a company from a family-run organization into a worldwide company with over 100 franchises internationally. So we've got a lot of things to offer our students with a great location. So we are about 1,100 students here on campus, and we are considered a career-focused college. So we really work to prepare our students to go into employment right after graduation. You can see our mission and vision here, and it's all about having that career focus and preparing students for employment after graduation. I love this slide because I think this is Central Penn in a nutshell. These 8 reasons are the things that make us unique and special and really give you some insight into our campus. Now, the number one thing is that you can earn your degree faster with us here. Instead of a semester calendar, we have 4 11-week terms with a 2-week break in between. So that means you could graduate in May or June from your high school, and you could start with us in our July summer term, and we're going to give you a scholarship just for getting that head start on your education. We also have dual enrollment opportunities available in high schools. If you're interested in that, please speak to someone in your guidance office, and they can reach out to us to get that underway. Now, student to faculty ratio is something that I love to talk about because we have a small 15-to-1 student to faculty ratio. That means you really have the opportunity to get to know your classmates and to get to know your instructors and to have those discussions and conversations. It's not just a lecture style class. There's going to be interaction and opportunities to get to know each other. The great thing about our faculty is that they have worked or they continue to work in the fields that they teach. So for example, in our criminal justice department, we have a former FBI agent. Our physical therapist assistant program is taught by a physical therapist. So they're bringing all of that knowledge and expertise into the classroom every single day to share with you. We offer online and in-person classes. We've been teaching online for almost 20 years. So we have that mode of learning very well down. So we want to make sure that you've got the opportunity to set up a schedule that works best for you. You can choose to do all online, all on campus, or a hybrid of both. You can take classes here in Summerdale or in our Lancaster Center. Professionalism. We want to make sure that our students are prepared through hands-on learning. So that means, I mentioned to you our criminal justice program. For our criminal justice and legal studies students, we have a courtroom on campus so that you're able to feel what it's like to be in that courtroom setting. Our occupational therapy lab is set up almost like a mini apartment. So you walk in, and because you're working with people who have mobility issues, you're learning how to safely help them get in and out of bed or in and out of the shower. Or if they need to learn how to navigate the kitchen in a different way, there's an oven so they can learn how to use the oven and take hot things out or reach things that are over their head that they don't have that capability of anymore. All of those things you can learn hands-on so that when you graduate, you've already got that experience. We do have internship requirements, and the great thing about these internships, it means that not only are you graduating with a degree, but you have real-world work experience in your field of study to put on your resume to show potential employers. Kelly is going to tell you all about our exciting housing scholarship. And we also have the opportunity for transfer credit evaluations. So if you have any credits from another institution, we're able to take a look at those, and we will do our best to transfer those in for you. We have a variety of sports and activities here on campus because it's important that you get that well-rounded college education. And academic support, we'll talk all about that because you're making a big commitment to come to college. You're making an investment in your future. And we want to make sure that you have all the tools you need to be successful. Now, the certificate programs that we offer are 9-month certificates, and they're a great way to get you started in the careers that you're interested in. So if you're thinking that you'd like to continue with a small business that maybe you started in high school and you want to grow that into your own business, you might decide to do entrepreneurship and small business. Or if you're interested in pursuing something in the medical field, but you're not quite sure where you want to start or how much schooling you want to do, you may decide to get a certificate as a phlebotomy technician. As a phlebotomy technician, you are out in the field within 9 months of your high school graduation. You will be working with patients, drawing blood, and getting that hands-on experience in the medical field. And then you may decide that, hey, you really enjoy this, and you want to roll all of those credits over into an associate's degree program. So you may decide that as you studied entrepreneurship and small business and you're getting your business going, you decide maybe you really like the marketing aspect and you want to continue and get that associate's degree in marketing. Or maybe you've decided that as a phlebotomy technician, you want to add some skills to your toolkit and be able to work in more locations and help doctors' offices. So maybe you want to get your degree in medical assisting. Our occupational therapy assistant and physical therapist assistant programs do both fall under the associate degree program. And last, our bachelor's degree program. That's what people think of when they think of that typical four-year college degree. Again, you can see all of these career-focused programs. If you're interested in business administration, there are 5 concentrations to choose from. You can also see that we offer health science, information technology, legal studies, great opportunities for you to get experience and to get a career-focused education. Now, every student who is pursuing a bachelor's degree will need to choose an intersection and a minor. The intersections are basically your gen ed classes, your general education classes, and you will pick one of these 3 intersections so that all of those general education classes will be connected under one intersection. So you're really kind of connecting all of those, and they're not just random classes. You're either under community and multiculturalism, health and wellness, popular culture and society, and then you're going to choose a minor. So if you're thinking that maybe you're doing information technology and maybe you'd like to do something, maybe forensic accounting or something like that. So you're digging deep into computer files. You may want to take accounting or something in business administration as your minor. And you're probably thinking, why would I have a master's degree program if you are just transferring from another institution or you're graduating from high school? Well, we have 2 very exciting programs here. You already know if you're looking at becoming an athletic trainer, you do need to have your master's degree. And so we have paired up with Slippery Rock University for our 3+2 program. You'll start here at Central Penn College, move on to Slippery Rock University, and when you graduate, you will have earned your bachelor's degree and your master's degree in athletic training in just 5 years instead of 6. But it's this next one that I think is so exciting. I wanted to be a lawyer, and I just couldn't imagine 3 more years of law school after college graduation. But this program makes it possible. If you are thinking that you want to get your law degree, you can start here with us at Central Penn College, be part of our 2+3 program. You'll move over to Widener University Law School, and when you graduate, you will have earned your bachelor's degree and your Juris Doctorate law degree in just 5 years instead of 7. It's an amazing opportunity to really condense your studies and get out into the legal field sooner. Now, I mentioned to you about our accelerated terms and your opportunity to earn your degree faster. Let's talk about that a little bit more so that you clearly understand how our calendar is set up. We have 4 11-week terms with 2-week breaks in between. So we have summer, fall, winter, spring. If you choose to go year-round, you can earn your certificate in as little as 9 months. That associate's degree that would typically take 2 years to earn, you could earn that in just 15 months plus your internship, so getting you out into the workforce sooner. That bachelor's degree that typically takes 4 years to earn, you could earn that in just 3 years plus your internship. And remember, that internship is real world work experience that you will be able to put onto your resume along with that degree to show potential employers. Now, accreditations and approvals are basically the stamps of approval to show that a college has gone through a process to be accredited. So basically, the Middle States Commission on Higher Education has reviewed a variety of qualifications to make sure that we meet the necessary requirements for accreditation. So overall, our college is accredited by the Middle States Commission on Higher Education, and then the programs listed here are accredited or approved by the associations listed here. So you can see that these specific programs require accreditation, and we have reached those goals to be in that position. Now, great, we are going to move on to some other things here. You can see Central Penn is listed here with the North Pole. We're ready, 10 days to go. Now, some of the amenities that you're looking for when you travel to Central Penn College, these are the things that make a college unique. These are the things that make us stand out. And so the things that we have are things like an outdoor swimming pool. We have an outdoor swimming pool that's very unusual for Central Pennsylvania, but especially during our summer term, our students love to gather there for work groups and study groups, or maybe just to relax between classes. We also have historic Hensey's Bridge pictured here, and I'm going to give you a little piece of trivia so that when you come to visit us on campus, you will know how to wow your tour guides. Historic Hensey's Bridge was purchased in an auction by one of our former college presidents for just $22. So remember that little piece of trivia so that when you come see us, you can show the tour guide that you were paying attention today. Now, I'm sure that we've got some athletes who are interested in continuing their playing time in college. We are part of the USCAA conference, and we compete in the Eastern States Athletic Conference. So we are teamed up with 3 other colleges within the ESAC. We are a small school conference, Division III. We are able to schedule across conferences and divisions to give our athletes a very unique playing experience. We offer men's and women's basketball, men's and women's soccer, baseball, and women's volleyball. Now, one of the biggest pieces of advice that I always give students, please make sure you get involved as soon as you get on campus. We have a variety of student clubs and organizations, and I encourage you to participate in our Back to Class Blast, which usually happens in the first or second week of a term. And all of our clubs and organizations are located there, all in one place. And you can see everything that's on offer. You may decide that you want to continue something that you started in high school, or maybe you want to step out of your comfort zone and try something new. But getting involved in those clubs, organizations, activities, that's what's going to give you that well-rounded college experience. I also encourage you to, if you're interested in gaming, to check out our esports competitive teams. We have a gaming lounge. It's actually right next to our office, and sometimes you can hear the fun that they're having there. But we have all the equipment that students need to be competitive in esports across the state of Pennsylvania and nationally. Now, as I mentioned to you earlier, we have a variety of student services to help you make sure that now that you've made this investment in your future, you have all the tools necessary to be successful. We have our advising department staffed with student success coaches. They are the ones that work to help you set your schedule each term, and they help you stay on track for graduation, so you know exactly which classes you still need. And we know that that transition to college can sometimes be overwhelming or a little difficult, or sometimes life just gets in the way and you need somebody to talk to. We have free professional counseling here on campus. It's very easy to schedule, and as I mentioned, it is free of charge for all of our students. We have our learning center pictured here, and I encourage you, as soon as you arrive on campus, to meet Megan and her team in the learning center. They can help you make that transition to college. The workload's different, and they can help you study more efficiently. They can help you before your placement test for math. They can help you with a boot camp online so that you can kind of brush up on those algebra skills. If you've got an essay that you want to have a second pair of eyes look at and give you some pointers on, they have writing sessions that you can participate in. And if you're struggling in a class or you'd like a different perspective, there are peer tutors who have taken those classes and can give you some insights into what helped them be successful as they took those classes. We also have an Office of Equity and Multicultural Affairs to make sure that all of our students on campus feel welcome and included. Our first year experience is an opportunity for students to participate in the first 3 terms that they're here with us. And this is a chance to talk about the things that are happening as you're transitioning into college. You're meeting with other students who are in the same boat as you, and it's a chance to kind of learn some skills that will help you through your college experience. Campus housing is always something that students love to hear about, and I love to talk about this because I think our campus housing is special. We have super suites, and it is 7 students living together, sharing a common area, but each one of those 7 students has their very own room. You can see it pictured here. So not only do you have your own space that you can decorate the way you want to, if you want to have an extra fridge, you can, but most importantly, you can shut that door. If your suite mates are playing video games or watching a movie and you need a quiet place to study, you have your own room to do that. We offer free parking here on campus. There's no charge for a parking permit, and you are able to bring your car on campus from the first day you're with us. Now, I love to share this percentage about graduate success because I think it really shows how dedicated we are to the career-focused programs we offer. 88.1% of our graduates were employed in their chosen field or continuing their education within 1 year of graduation. So that means, for example, if you have a graduate who earned an associate's degree as a physical therapist assistant, they're working as a physical therapist assistant after graduation. Or if we have a student who earned a bachelor's degree in information technology, they might be working as a network engineer at a major company. That's what we mean by chosen fields. And how do we help our students get there? We have an amazing career services department that will help you from the minute you arrive on campus. So if you're looking for a part-time job to help you finance your education, they have job postings. They'll help you update your resume. They'll help you with interview skills. If you need an outfit for an interview or the first day of work, they have a career closet. As you continue through your education at Central Penn College, they'll bring companies on campus for internship fairs. And as you near graduation, companies will come for career fairs and job fairs so that you can interview with potential employers before you even graduate. The great news is, even after graduation, you can come back and ask Career Services for help if you're looking for a job change and you'd like to know what jobs might be available, or you need your resume updated. They're happy to work with you. I love to tell the story of working with a student. I was giving her a tour, she and her mom, and when we came to the Career Services department, her mom said, "Oh, I'm very familiar with the Career Services area because I've been working with them as an alumni to update my resume and look for a new job." And I said, "Oh, that's amazing. When did you graduate?" She said, "I graduated from Central Penn College 20 years ago." So even 20 years after graduation, Career Services is available to help you if you choose to look for a new job or need to update your resume. Now let's touch on the admissions process, because as you know, every college has a different process for applications and admissions. We have a free application. It takes about 10 minutes to complete, and you can find it right on our website at centralpenn.edu. We are mobile friendly, so if it's easier for you to take care of it on your phone, you can apply right on your phone. We do need a 500-word essay on your involvement in school or community. So it's only about 1 page double-spaced, and you're writing about your favorite topic, you. Submit your college or high school transcripts. We need both, but we are SAT and ACT optional. So if you don't have those scores, we don't require them. We do need to have a campus interview with you, but the great thing is, because you're participating today, you will be able to count that as your campus interview. You've got one thing checked off your admissions process already. If you have any questions that we don't touch on here, or you think of something later, please reach out to Lisa Seifert, our Director of Recruitment, at this number below. She will be able to help you with anything that you need. And now I would like to welcome Kelly Fox, our Financial Planning Coordinator here at Central Penn College.
Thanks, Amy. All right, as Amy said, my job is to assist you through the financial aid process. So what is financial aid? So financial aid consists of grants and scholarships, which is the free money, and then loans, which are money that you need to pay back. So when you complete the FAFSA form, you put Central Penn on it, and then we will check your eligibility for the federal Pell Grant, the federal SEOG grant, and if you're a Pennsylvania resident, the state FIA grant. We also have a ton of scholarships on our website, which I'll go through in a later slide. And then again, we do have student loans to kind of help cover any balances that aren't covered by the grants and scholarships. So the most important form you will complete is the FAFSA. It is the free application for federal student aid, and it starts the entire process. You can list up to 10 schools on there, but only the schools you list will get access to it. So as long as we're one of them, we can start to process your financial aid. And again, here at Central Penn, most students do use student loans to kind of help reduce that out-of-pocket expense. And to receive the student loans, you would simply have to complete both the entrance counseling and the master promissory note. So what is the FAFSA? We will check your eligibility if you're starting in summer or fall on your 2020 taxes for grants. So when you go to FAFSA.gov, you'll click on the 22-23 FAFSA form. You'll use your 2020 taxes to answer all the questions. And then once that is submitted, then the schools get access and start to send out financial aid packages to the students. So what goes on the FAFSA form? If you are a dependent, it's your information and your parents' information. If you're independent, it's your information. If you're married, your spouse's. We get lots of questions about what makes someone independent. You must meet one of the below criteria to be considered independent. So if you're under 24, you're not a veteran, you're not enrolling in a graduate or professional program, which is a master's or doctorate, you're not married, a ward of the court, or have children that you support more than 50%, you must have parents on the FAFSA to be considered for financial aid. When you file the FAFSA form, they're looking for the household information. So it's who you live with. If you live with mom and dad, it's mom and dad's information. If you live with stepdad and mom, it's stepdad and mom's information. It's not just one parent, it's the entire household income. So some deadlines. The FAFSA is open now, and the deadline here at Central Penn to have it submitted is March 1st, because we want to make sure you meet the May 1st state grant deadline. If you're a Pennsylvania resident and you file your FAFSA after May 1st, you will not be considered for a state grant. So the most important thing you can do is get that FAFSA done now. You can get it done over break. You can get it submitted so you can start to get award letters from all the different schools that you're considering. You do not have to be accepted to a college to do the FAFSA form. And again, you're using your 2020 taxes, the ones that are already filed. So you can get that FAFSA submitted now so you can start to get those financial aid packages in early January. Let's talk about grants. We don't have the grants yet for 22-23, so I'm just going to review with you what it looked like for this past year. If you filed your FAFSA and you had an expected family contribution between 0 and $57.12, you would have been considered for a federal Pell Grant between $639 and $63.45. We're hoping to have those numbers from the federal government at the end of this month or beginning of January so we can get those packages out to the families. For the federal SEOG grant, you must be federally Pell Grant eligible. Funds are limited, which is why we emphasize how important it is to get that FAFSA done now. And the awards vary somewhere between $225 and $1,500. For the state FIA grant, again, must be a Pennsylvania resident. You must have that FAFSA filed by May 1st. And the one thing that FIA does that not a lot of other schools or grants do is they check your academic progress. So if you attend another college and you're coming here, we have to make sure that you have at least a 2.0 at the other college before we can award any state grant funding here. Scholarships. Scholarships are a very important part of any financial aid package. So all of our scholarships are open. You can go right to centralpenn.edu/scholarships. We allow students to stack scholarships. So you need to apply for any scholarship you meet the criteria for, because again, they're reviewed by different offices on campus. So you can definitely win more than one scholarship. They're all GPA based and you simply have to submit an essay. And again, check our website. There are rolling applications. So when they're submitted, they're reviewed and we're getting back to families typically within like 10 business days. I do like to touch base on the loan process because here at Central Penn, most students do utilize loans to help bring down that out-of-pocket expense. So the federal government allows a freshman dependent student to borrow $5,500 in student loans for the year. So you can't borrow the entire balance that you may need. You can only borrow up to $5,500. And as you progress through your degree, you're eligible for more and more loan funds. If you get the award letter and it says subsidized loans on there, that means the government will pay the interest for you while you're in school. So if you have to take loans, those are the ones you want to take. If you get the award letter and you see some unsubsidized loans on there, I will tell you that the government is not paying the interest on that, and they will send interest statements quarterly, and we highly recommend that if you can, you do make those payments. Otherwise, the interest is capitalized at repayment. And then we have Parent Plus loans. When students apply for all the grants and scholarships and student loans and there's still a remaining balance and it's still just too much to pay out of pocket, we have loans that parents can borrow in their name to help cover that remaining balance. We simply run a credit check, see if the parent is approved, and then they are allowed to borrow, if they're willing, up to the cost of attendance. This is a loan in the parent's name only, so it will never be in the student's name. If the parent is denied, the student then can receive some additional student loan funding in their own name. Textbooks. Textbooks are a very important part of your education here at Central Penn. And I know you've probably heard, oh, at some schools you never even need the textbooks, but that does not happen here at Central Penn. If a textbook is listed as part of a requirement for the program, you need to purchase that to be successful. We estimate books to be between $350 and $450 a term. Some terms they might be a lot cheaper and some they might be right on par with that, just depending on the classes that you're taking. If you borrow enough in financial aid that you have additional money, like refund checks, you can use that money upfront to purchase your textbooks through our vendor. I always like to end on the free housing. So Amy mentioned that we are offering free housing to our students. We are running a housing scholarship. So what that covers is the cost of the super suite. The students are then only responsible to cover their meal plan and utilities each term, plus a one-time $250 security deposit. And it's one of the easiest scholarships you can get. Once you're accepted, you'll get a housing contract in your email. You simply have to sign it saying you understand you must have a 2.0. You must be a full-time student taking at least 12 credits. You must agree to all the housing programs and be somewhere between the ages of 17 and 30 when you start classes. Once you sign and send that back, we add the scholarship to your account that covers the cost of the Super Suite. And then as long as you maintain that criteria, then you will have that throughout your education. This is my contact information. Any questions regarding financial aid, I will be your contact person. So questions on the FAFSA, receiving award letters, turning in documents that we're requesting, please don't hesitate to reach out to me.